Alright, this next topic's a bit of a bear, but if you're up on your algebra skills, it shouldn't be a real problem at all. And here's what you have to do. We're solving an inequality with a quotient. This is my starting question. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move everything to one side. So I end up with 3 over x minus 1 minus 4 over x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Put that 1 over 1. And now I notice I have a fraction, so I'm going to make everything have a common denominator. So I'm going to have to multiply this by x over x. I have to multiply this by x minus 1 over x minus 1. And then I'm going to have to multiply this by x times x minus 1 over x times x minus 1 to get my common denominator. When I do that, it becomes 3x. This is going to be 4x minus 4, but it's negated, so it's going to be minus 4x plus 4. And this is going to be x squared minus x, but that's also negated, so it's going to be minus x squared minus x plus x.
Well, we got lots of blocks over here.
All over 0, and my denominator is x times x minus 1.
Dad, if someone
Well,
go
the nice thing is, because it's now equal to 0, if I multiply this, I like to call this my LHS and this my RHS, left-hand side and right-hand side. If I multiply the left-hand side by x times x minus 1, and I multiplied the right-hand side by x times x minus 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
they would cancel out here, and that would just be still equal to 0. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to combine like terms and rewrite this as negative x squared. That's 3x minus 4x, which is negative x, plus x is 0, plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0. Well, I don't like working with negatives, so I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 1. And as I'm hoping you recall, anytime you divide over an inequality by a negative,
Dad, I need to tell them something.
no, Benji, this is not the time.
No.
You swap that.
It's about math. It's about math.
Okay, here comes a little bit of knowledge from
1, 2,
my son, Benji.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 and 2 is 7.
5 and 2 is 7. So now I got x plus 2, because I'm going to do the difference of perfect squares, is less than or equal to 0. And so I know that it's going to be x equals negative 2 or x equals positive 2. And I'm going to make my chart. Negative 2 and 2, x minus 2, x plus 2, and oops, well, I guess I made one extra column, which you don't really need there, but ignore that. So if it's less than negative 2, like negative 5, this will be negative, this will be negative, and this will be positive. If it's between negative 2 and 2, such as 0, I would get a negative and a positive, which is negative. And if it's greater than 2, such as 10, I'd get a positive and a positive, which is positive. I want my answer to be greater than or equal to 0. So it's going to be from negative infinity to negative 5, or, oh goodness me, I did it again. It's not negative 5. And here's a little tip. Circle your values there. Should have been negative infinity to negative 2, and then positive 2 to infinity. 2's are included because it's greater than or equal to, and infinity is never included, and that's it. So like I said, key here is this. Get the one side set equal to 0, which we did. Get a common denominator. You know how to do that. Combine like terms. Oh, when you get a common denominator, your denominator will drop out because that's 0. Combine like terms. Factor if you can. Make your chart. Find your solutions. And that's it. Love it.